Hi guys, welcome back. This week, I'm gonna show you how to upcycle old canvases into cute DIY wall decor. These are the old canvases I'm referring to, and these are just some cheap home decor that I bought from some store a long time ago, and I just never put them up because as much as I love unicorns and everything, these were just a little bit too cheesy for me. And so I finally had the idea to upcycle them into something cuter, more my style. First things first, I started out by spray painting them. The only color I have right now is black, so I used that. I got some old cans and I filled them with water to give them some weight, and I put them on my drop cloth so that I could set my canvases on top of them, which would allow me to spray paint the edges as well as the tops of the canvases. So let me show you what it looks like now that it's spray painted. Here's what I have. So using old canvases for something like this is perfect because they already have the wall hanging attachment, I don't know what you call that, the bracket, whatever, so that you're able to hang them on the wall. So all you gotta do is spray paint it to give you a blank canvas, for lack of better words. If you saw my last entryway upcycle, you saw that beautiful flower cross stitch thing that I have, and I just love that thing, and ever since I found that, I've been wanting to try it myself. Usually when they do those things, they do them on some sort of fabric, but I googled it and canvas works just as well, and I was a little bit concerned that maybe there might be some tearing that occurred, and that only happened once, and it's just because I pulled a little bit too hard. Before I show you, actually, let me give you a quick disclaimer. Like I said, I've never tried embroidery before, and I watched a few embroidery videos, but I wasn't gonna learn the exact skills or techniques or anything. So that's not what you're gonna learn today. If anything, you're gonna just learn that it's possible to take something old and make it into something awesome. And that's what I did. So here's my first try. Let me tell you why I don't like this. I just thought it looked a little bit childish. Like, it doesn't even look like abstract and cute to me. It just looks lame. This petal is like way too big. So I just didn't like this. And so I decided I wanted to try something a little bit more simple and minimalist, considering I don't really have the real skills of hand embroidery. So let me show you my second try. You're gonna love this. It came out so much better. All right, here is number 2. Okay, I love this. I absolutely love how this came out. I just did straight lines across in a rainbow color order, and I think that this turned out so cute. So let me show you try number 3. Boom, something a little bit different. I tried squares. Still easy with lines, nothing crazy like the flowers take so much talent and skill to do. So if you know how to embroider flowers and all that good stuff, kudos to you, you are awesome. Now you'll notice I did leave this one unfinished because I wanted to show you, my technique for doing it in case this is the path you want to take with upcycling your canvases. So first things first, you're gonna need some embroidery thread. And I have a huge box of this, just all kinds of different colors because I used to make friendship bracelets. In order to achieve this look, I did use a ruler and I measured out using the little guide on this ruler. It has like a little middle line. I don't know what this ruler is like fancy for, but it came in handy because I just used those middle lines to create the spaces between my squares. And I've actually already marked it with a pencil, and I did try it, and pencil erases right off. You do kind of have to like rub the canvas a little bit to get the marks of the eraser off, but then you're good. So if you need to use pencil as a guide, go ahead, use light marks, erase it off, and then just rub the canvas a little bit more with like a piece of fabric or something. Personally, I just used whatever shirt I was wearing at the time. Now, I've already got this one marked, if you can see, so I'm gonna go ahead and measure out my thread. So to measure it out, I am gonna need like whatever length I'm gonna need, it's doubled. So say, I only needed this much in length. I want to fold it over so that my thread is doubled, and then we're gonna put this on the needle. Okay, so I've got about this much and it's doubled over. Don't forget about that. And I've just gone ahead and I've kind of traced it over my canvas here to make sure it's gonna go all the way around the square. And then I'm gonna take, you know, obviously some scissors, and I'm gonna cut the thread to that size. Taking our thread, taking our needle, and taking our needle threader, we're gonna feed this through the eye loop of the needle. I hope that's the terminology. Then you take your thread and you want to like just get one part of it and stick that through here. Okay. Pull it and then okay. All right, here we go. Stick that through there and then hold it and then pull your thread through your needle eye. Okay, and then we're gonna pull it down to the middle so that we get our two ends of thread matched up. And then you're gonna tie a little knot here. And that knot is what is going to keep the thread from just pulling right back through the canvas. And it doesn't have to be like a fancy knot or anything, literally just a regular knot. Okay, so now I've got my needle and thread and my little knot on there, and my needle's all the way to the middle of the thread. And I want to start from the back actually. And in order to do that, I'm gonna poke a hole in the front so that when I turn it over, I know what hole to stick the needle through. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stick this through there on my marks. There, so now I've got a hole there, and then I'm gonna feed this needle through the back where that hole was created. And then this is a little bit tough for me because the like eye of the needle is a little bit wide to squeeze through the canvas, so I kind of have to pull kind of hard. And there you go. And then I'm gonna pull it all the way through, and then we've got our knot on the back so that it's not coming through, and like that. And then I'm just gonna follow my lines. So I'm gonna go to the next mark, push my needle through, and pull it through the back, like that. And then one thing to keep in mind, you wanna make sure that this doesn't get all tangled, because then when you pull it through, it gets weird. So just make sure. So now we've got one nice clean line. Now, in order to make our square, you don't wanna just go to where the next mark is. You're gonna wanna go right next to where that thread's coming out and poke your needle through the back there. So I just look at where this one is and I go directly to like the left of it, because I know that's the direction the thread needs to go next. So like you wanna get as close as you can without just like tearing a bigger hole there. Just like that, you can see how close it is. And then pull it through, making sure it doesn't get weird. And then just like that. So I'm gonna do that and then I'll show you what it looks like. So I've completed the square and now I'm just gonna cut the fabric. Dang it. I'm just gonna cut the thread, leaving enough thread on the back so that I can tie a knot. So boom, cut. And then with these two pieces of thread, I'm just gonna tie a knot. Well, I'm gonna double knot it just so it doesn't come apart, but that's just gonna ensure that our thread doesn't come back out through the front. Here's what it looks like all done without the eraser marks. I absolutely love this. Let's do another one, but this time, instead of showing you my beautiful face, I'm going to just show you my hands so you can get a better look. But keep in mind, I've already like drawn out marks on this with the ruler, so you won't be able to see that part just because it's so tedious. Takeaways I just want to add. if you have trouble with your hands, or you accidentally, you know, get too close to the edge, or your fabric's too short where it's hard to tie a knot on the back, that happened here with this pink one. So I just went ahead and I put a little bit of tape there. So if you don't like tying knots, just freaking tape them to the back and then they will stay in place. And on this one, I don't actually need to erase any pencil marks because they were just teeny tiny lines that I covered up. So these are my 3 upcycled canvases. This was such a fun and easy project. I really hope you guys like these. I kind of think they'd be fun pieces to sell. You know, you could, I don't know, maybe one day I will open a store, and that's really the goal for UnicornitureCo. And then I can sell all these fun little DIYs that I make for you guys. So let me know what you think down below. If you have any questions, reach out to me in the comments. I can help you. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was so fun. If you have any old canvases that are just not your style anymore, number 1, make sure they're not worth anything. Then go ahead and not throw them away and upcycle them into something more your style, whether that's painting over them, using embroidery like I did, or, you know, I don't know, there's hundreds of things, millions of things that you could do. And so, you know, if you're more creative than I am, maybe you can like actually embroider flowers or something. You're using something that was upcycled, already existing in the universe. You don't need to go out and buy fabric and the hoops and all that stuff. Just use what's around the house, especially during times like these. Thank you so much for checking UnicornitureCo out. I'm Mackenzie, by the way. I'm not sure if you know, you got that far in the videos. But thanks, truly, thank you so much for your support. For this week's shout out, it's going out to Christian. So thanks, Christian, for, you know, watching my videos. You kind of have to, but still, thanks. Alrighty, folks, I don't know what we're gonna do next week, but have a good week, and I will see you, well, you will see me on Monday. Bye. No offense if your kid draws flowers and they're ugly, but I mean, the flowers are ugly, not your kid. Okay. Anyways, now you know, there are like real techniques to this, and then there's what I did. I'm gonna thread the thread. I'm gonna feed, the size does matter, for lack of a better phrase. If you're working with a short amount of thread and you're going in and out, in and out, in and out, you know, I'm your go-to gal. I can help you out.